me safe. I know I'm right here. Yeah. Not only do I see the safety in God, there's the sufficiency in God. David knows that as long as he had the presence of God, all was well. Yeah, in him we are complete. David says, that's why I know my help comes from the hill. I often wondered why would they said my help come from the hill? Because the hill is where my help is. Well, Hebrews believe. They understood that God was everywhere. But they believed that there are sometimes God was in a specific place. And there are times in our lives, y'all all talk to me here, that God manifests himself in a specific place in our lives. I know I'm right here. Yeah, he's everywhere, but he knows how to show up where you are. I'm finished. I'm through. So therefore, his sufficiency is our sufficiency. Are y'all talking to me here? Yeah, wherever we are, that's where God is. And the great thing I know about God, he's all we need. Not only do he talks about the sufficiency in God, and not only do he talks about the safety in God, but he also talks about the security. God and will secure you. What you mean, David? David says, thou art the lifter up of my head. And that makes me happy here. One thing about God is just when you think you can't make it, God does something out of the blue to let you know that he's still with you. Are y'all going to talk to me here? I know I'm right here. Why? Because the other day I was there in my office. And I was kind of feeling and beating myself up a little bit. Everybody that was there had walked away. I had met with the secretary. I'd met with Brother Brown, and then they all told me they were gone. And there in my office, I began to talk with God. Because that's a good time for me to pull myself out to it. And as I began to talk with God, before I could tell him my problem, the doorbell rang. And I thought maybe one of them had forgot their key. Sometime when Brother Brown comes up, he'll get out of his truck and just ring the doorbell and unlock the door at the same time. And all he's doing is letting me know that that's him and it's nobody else. Are y'all going to help me in here? And sometimes Sister Sanders would come. She'd come in, unlock the door, unlock her office door, and then leave her door open. Won't be in her office, but she'll let me know that she's already in there. Are y'all going to talk to me here? Sometimes Ro come in, and when Ro come in, Ro make noise. To let me know that that's Ro and nobody else. I ain't going to tell you the noise he makes, but he makes some noise to let me know that it's Ro, Reverend. Yeah, but while in my office, somebody rang the bell, and I went to the door. And when I opened the door, there was a lady standing there. She wasn't a black lady, but she was standing there, and she said, I'm looking for Reverend Jonah. And so I said, you're talking to him. And then she said, Reverend Jonah, don't mean to bother you, but I got somebody in the truck needs to talk with you. And so I looked in the vehicle there. There were two other people sitting in there. And before she could get all her words out, a man that I used to work with at the police department, was sitting in the back of the seat of the truck, got out with tears in his eyes, walked up to me and said, "Brother Larry, I hate to disturb you, but you are my friend. And I got a problem here, and my problem is the doctor done told me that I was losing my sight." Oh, y'all ain't gonna help me here. He told me now all I got is tunnel vision. And he said that my sight is leaving. He had tears running down his cheek, and he said, "The Lord told me to come by here and ask you to pray for me." And I said, "Okay, we're going to pray if you believe that God will heal you." We walked in the hallway there. He, his wife, and his daughter all joined hands, and we had a prayer of faith concerning his problem. As I was praying, I kept hearing him say, "Thank you, Lord." Oh, y'all ain't going to hear me. As I was praying, he kept on saying, "Thank you, Lord." Kept on praying. He kept on saying, "Thank you, Lord." When I got through praying, he put his hand on my shoulder and said, "Reverend Jonah, thank you so very much." Tears were dried up from his eyes, and his wife hugged me, and his daughter hugged me too. He held my hand and didn't want to let it go. Oh, y'all ain't listen to me. Yeah. And when it was over, I walked on in my room, and I heard the Lord say, "Don't get down, because I got some more stuff for you to do, Jonah, and I'm the lifter up of your head. You see, your little problem is nothing compared to him." Good evening, St. James. I hope I didn't keep you too long. I'm through here now, but I can agree with Paul. He is the one that can lift up your head. Is there a witness in here? Right when Satan keep pushing you down, he lift your head up and tell you, "I'm God, and I'm the one still in charge." Yes, St. James, I got to praise his name. And then I see David when he said, "Not only do I see the trust, and not only do I see the trial, but David says there's the triumph." Is there a witness in here? You see, a believer don't pray in victory. A believer pray from victory. A believer don't fight to get victory. A believer fight because he got victory. And good evening, y'all. David says, "I went to sleep last night and I laid down in peace. And then early this morning, the Lord told me he got me covered, and weeping endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning." What you mean, David? David says he took care of all my enemies. First thing he did was he knocked them on the jaw. And then he said, because if he broke his jaw, they cannot talk against him, not me. And then the next thing he did, he knocked his teeth out. Why? Because if a person got any kind of vanity with their teeth gone, they ain't gonna say much. Is there a witness? But let me tell you the end. Absalom and all of his army was did away with by God. You can't tell me God can't take care of his own. Good evening. Let me ask you in here now. Is there anybody here? Have you ever gave it to God and he worked it out for you? If you're a witness in here, you ought not be ashamed to stand and praise his name. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Yeah.